a refresher. It's a refresher just to understand Reed Richards, his powers, Sue Storm, her powers, the Thing, Johnny Storm is like you may have forget, and obviously these are new people taking on these roles as well. So it kind of gives you that more of that. Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to the Movie Club UK. This is season 2, episode 14. This is episode 14. My name's Mudia and I'm here with Ash and Fahiz.
Hi guys.
Today we will be reviewing the Fantastic Four. Another more Marvel film added to the collection.
This is a specific request by Fahiz.
No, it's a lie. It's a lie. They're lying.
Yes.
They're
he
lying.
better be on top one today when we ask him questions.
Listen, it was either this or Superman.
Yeah. To be honest, it was between this and Superman, and I think I don't know because I actually didn't go and see it. I'm sorry, Ash. I didn't.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. I don't know why I gasped.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I'm due to watch it this week, maybe.
Did we make the right choice?
We made the right choice. Other people may disagree. I think we made the exact correct choice. Okay. Well done, guys.
Okay.
I was Team Superman, but well done.
So we went with Fantastic Four. However, I saw the trailer to it, and I was slightly like, was it the right choice? From the trailer, what did you guys think we was going to get with this?
I mean, there wasn't really much that I could really get from the trailer. The only thing that I was kind of looking forward to most was how are the Fantastic Four going to deal with Galactus? Because he is this world-eating,
I didn't know much about Galactus.
Villain, innit?
I'm not really...
Do you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I was interested in. I wasn't really interested in anything else. When I saw the pictures
in the trailer, did we see Galactus?
It's kind of maybe him walking through New York.
Oh
yeah.
That.
Mm-hmm. That was the only thing that kind of got me. So I was thinking, how are they going to do this? Because in the comics, he's so massive and scary in it. So putting it in the film,
how they're going to
in a live action film, how are they going to do this? So that was my kind of main thing. But I thought the trailer was it was nothing really to get you out your seat or anything like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't get much from the trailer. And in general, I'm not a big Fantastic Four fan. I've actually watched all of the movies, except from that one back in the 90s, whatever, that wasn't released.
Yeah.
And I just think they're not, I'm even shocked that they have movies made about them because I don't think they're the coolest superheroes.
Do you know what? To that, so the idea of us doing Fantastic Four, I thought, I'm actually excited about it. I saw the trailer and I think that brought me a bit back into reality. It was like, it's Fantastic Four. But to kind of go against what you said, apart from the most recent one with Michael B. Jordan in that one, that was terrible. I heard it was terrible. I didn't even give it a go. The two before it, I actually quite liked it, to be fair. I did, because I think I watched it when I was maybe 6, 7. So very impressionable then at that age. I've probably not seen it since I was 10, but I do have fond memories of that film. And also the one with the Silver Surfer, also with the same sort of cast. So I kind of enjoyed that. But looking on what reviews, what people are saying, they're saying Fantastic Four has never really gone off like that. So I'm like, it hasn't. Let's see what this film has to offer. I saw Pedro Pascal in the trailer and I was thinking, oh boy.
Are you getting Pedro Pascal fatigue?
I think that fatigue might be serious because he's in every single leading role at this point. And I love Pedro Pascal. It's kind of I'm kind of sick of seeing man's face.
Why are you trying to force this? I love him. Yeah,
he's amazing.
Saying, but you're trying to force him down our throats. Pause.
He's a good actor though. He's so good. He's so good at his job. It's not his fault.
I was first familiar with him. You haven't watched it, but Game of Thrones. Yes, Prince Oberyn.
Yeah. And he was so good in that.
And then I think I picked him up from Narcos. You watched Narcos?
I watched Narcos.
Yeah, he was amazing. Yeah, he was amazing in that. And then most recently, actually on our podcast, Gladiator 2.
Yes.
I even forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been watching The Last of Us. And he's fantastic in that. So I knew he was going to do a good job, but a bit of me is you know what? I've seen him in so many things, but it's so hard being an actor. The fact that you don't want to overexpose yourself, but you still want to make money and you still want to
money. It's a bit
act.
Who can I compare it to? I was going to say Will Smith, but nah. There was a period where Will Smith was doing everything. Every single film you could think of, Will Smith.
They tried to do that with Tom Holland, Remember,
a bit with Tom Holland,
thing as well, and obviously, what's coming up? That new film that's coming, it's the Odyssey.
The Odyssey,
yeah, that's a new one coming up as well.
I think he's calmed down a little bit, but I know what you mean. Around the Spider-Man time, he was getting loads of roles around that time where it's Chill.
Some
Relax,
people
innit?
feel that
Yeah.
way about Zendaya as well.
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember that. Yeah,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
tennis
yeah.
thing. What's it called? The Challengers.
Challenges.
Yeah, I remember that
What
one,
was
yeah.
the other film that we watched? Dune. Our
Yeah.
top-rated film. There's a few other films
She's
around
in
that time.
Euphoria.
Euphoria.
She's in
People just.
loads of things.
I think we're used to associating characters with one actor, and I did see like a little interview the other day from Carlton from Fresh Prince.
I saw that one.
Yeah,
he said there's a
he
blessing and a curse, innit?
Yeah, he basically said because of how well I played Carlton, I never got any. I don't know how believable that is.
That happens to
I
actors. You get
can't believe it.
typecasted.
Really?
Same with like the whole of the Friends cast. I don't know if you guys really watch
I was
Friends like
never
that.
really
I
into
know
You know,
about Friends, yeah.
only like Jennifer Aniston really was able to pick up other roles, but the rest of the cast, they don't really go.
They're just put
They
into
don't go anywhere.
that's your lane.
So yeah, you're either gonna earn loads from a really popular TV show like The Big Bang Theory, for example. You never see any of them lot anywhere. You're either gonna earn loads of money from a really successful TV show, or you leave early, and it's a risk, but it's a risk that it's worth taking if you love the craft and you want to act in different
Like
roles.
you see a lot of, let's just say, feel like EastEnders actors where we're used to them playing actors over the set. Probably loads of them have a lot of talent to actually make some good films or to be casted in different series and stuff. But I think writers are aware that the audience views these guys in a particular way. It's like they're almost not blacklisted. Like we can't even consider these actors because they're already kind of household names where people just associate these actors with these characters that we're going to stay off it. But Pedro Pascal, when I saw it, I was just like, oh man, let's see. But I went into that film saying, let's see. But do we have any ash breakers before we actually get into it?
We do have an ash breaker. It's a nice light one today. It's obviously the film is called The Fantastic Four: First Steps. So I wanted to know a few of you guys' first, depending on time. We'll start with one and we'll see how it goes. So I wanted to see what was the first movie you remember watching in cinema, since we're on a movie-based podcast.
Good question.
For me, it was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, nice.
You really? That came out in like 2000 and you must have been still in nappy. Sorry.
Yeah, that was what.
Wait, 2000 and what?
Early 2000s, isn't it?
I know,
2000s.
but
yeah, I was watching that. I was
was
watching
you
that because
old?
I had family. I had an older cousin who watched it as well.
Yeah.
So obviously I watched it.
And they
Was that
did have the
2002,
like 12,
2001?
something like that. But it didn't-
2002? 3?
But obviously I watched it.
Do you want me to Google it?
Yeah, well, let's check.
It's therefore early 2000s.
Because I don't even remember.
Obviously, when I got a
Being-
little bit older, like when I got to like 6, 7, obviously I was a really big Harry Potter fan, so I watched it again. kind of thing.
2001. You were not
You
3
were-
years old. watching
Okay,
that,
he was-
isn't it?
I was born. I was
Four.
born in '97, bro. Remember that?
Okay,
yeah,
but
yeah.
still, you were
was
still
four.
a
I was with my older
practically a
cousin.
toddler.
Yeah, I was with my older cousin. Like she always tells me that, yeah, like we used to watch this back in the day when you
I
were
didn't
young.
even know Harry Potter was that old.
And then when I watched it again, it was like I was having like small flashes, like, oh, right, I remember this bit, kind of thing. Innit? But yeah,
I would say mine was Shark Tale.
Shark Tale. Nice.
Yeah, I went to see it with my
Okay.
cousins. I think that came out in about 2004, so I was about 6.
Mm.
Maybe I've seen films earlier, but I can't actually remember.
remember
like,
them, yeah.
but that I actually just remember. This is a cinema, and soundtrack for Shark Tale was quite good, to be honest. So I remember at the end of the film when like they're going through the soundtrack and you see all the credits. I just remember like little kids like dancing and all of that kind of stuff. So that's my earliest memory. What about you?
Yeah, you guys have good memories. I only remember one film before I started to like actually go to the cinema with like friends and whatnot. It was Meet the Robinsons. Have you guys ever watched it?
I've heard of it.
Wait, that's
Meet
the one like
Robinsons.
2007.
Meet the Robinsons.
No, it's an animated film. Is it Meet the Robinsons?
It can't be
I
Meet the
probably should've
Robinsons because that's
checked Yeah, it's Meet the Robin. Oh, that is 2007. You're right.
yeah.
Okay, well,
and that's your first film.
Hello.
Yeah, see, what to like, bro? I don't know what she was doing.
Maybe let's not shame people
9
for their
years old.
first film. Maybe
2007,
we
9 years
didn't
old.
have much money.
Crazy.
Let's not shame people. No, I just have terrible memory from when I was earlier.
So you can
when I was
remember.
a child.
I guarantee if you ask her mum, she'll say, like, you watched this film.
No, I feel like my dad brought us because do you remember like Orange Wednesdays, that kind of
Yeah.
thing?
Oh, yeah.
View used to do like kids films before like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
for like £1 or something. So my dad hauled us into the car at like
What are you
7
What's she trying to
a.m.
say about her family, bro?
I'm not trying to say anything. Just I don't know. Cinema wasn't a priority for us. Whatever. Let's move on. Okay, I'll just
killing me.
quickly
Says you can afford
say.
the tickets.
Okay. Okay, and okay, the other one is, what's the first holiday you remember going on?
First holiday for me was America, DC.
Nice.
I went on a lot of family holidays when I was younger, and DC was therefore the first one I remember.
I've actually never been to America, you know. And I
Yeah,
probably...
haven't.
Okay,
We've had this conversation. We
let's
actually
not
have
fight
had.
off. Let's
We
not
actually
do it
have
again.
had this
I find that
I've
conversation.
never been to America.
You love it there.
Yeah, I think so.
Love it there, like.
Again, don't point that to my family's financial situation.
I'm not.
Do you have family? Do you
never-
have family in America?
I don't think I have any family, but everyone else does. I don't think I have any. Oh no, I do actually have family in America, in Miami, but they've never invited us. So.
Miami.
Welcome
But
to
then
Miami.
also with everything happening in America right now, I'm probably not going to go for another 4 years.
Why
We
not?
won't get too political here.
Why not?
We're not getting too
We
political
won't
here.
get
Oh,
too
okay.
political here.
I'm not-
But
oh,
it's
I hear it.
it's weird going to America right now and
hear it.
potentially getting detained.
It's
Anyway,
touchy,
with
it's
you.
touchy, it's
wow.
touchy, it's touchy.
I think mine was actually Nigeria, 2003 or 4. I can't remember. But it was my parents' traditional wedding at the time.
Oh, that's
so obviously
nice.
they had a wedding here, but they hadn't gone back home for the first time. So when we went there, I'm seeing like a celebration. I'm seeing like I'm wearing stuff. My mom's wearing stuff. My dad's wearing stuff. Like you could tell that were important, but I don't know what's going on. It's only until I was a bit older that they were like, "Oh, this was the traditional wedding," that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was my first like memory of actually traveling, and I don't think I had any traveling after that till maybe like 2010.
Fair enough.
So yes, I'm always gonna remember it.
Fair enough. Mine was Cyprus, the Greek side of Cyprus, with my family
How old are you?
in. See, I'm scared it's going to point to my.
Oh,
when I was
no.
22.
She's gonna say she was 17.
Yeah, no, we were about 4 or 5. Actually, we went to St. Lucia a couple of times when I was a baby, but I can't remember that. But it was like 4 or 5. Yeah, I don't actually have much to say about it. We actually done a lot of like.
Wait, St. Lucia or Cyprus? Which one?
Both of them. I can't remember. My memory is really bad, but I actually remember we done a staycation haven with like the whole of my family, and I remember that holiday. I remember because I got lost on that holiday.
I remember Haven. I've gone to Haven.
Yeah.
Haven's lit.
Getting lost
At the time, they
You
don't
must
do
be
that
shook.
anymore, do they?
I don't know if I haven't seen
I haven't
any
seen the
adverts
ads.
for
Yeah,
it,
there used to be ads on
but
TV.
I remember my sister took part in like an X Factor style competition. She ended up losing, so my family were also like 15 of us. They were so annoyed that they ended up leaving me at the place, the multiplex or whatever it was. And then I ran home in the dark and got lost.
That's crazy.
So
you
yeah,
ran to the caravans.
yes, but I couldn't find it, and I got lost.
So who brought you back?
That's what I was gonna
Oh,
say.
this woman found me, and I'm so lucky she was a nice woman because it could have gone totally left. I wouldn't be here right now.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah,
that's a bit
actually
dark.
insane.
So then, how did she like connect your mum,
She just,
dad?
I think when you see a 4-year-old running around by themselves in the dark, you probably know that they're probably.
Yeah, but is it?
there's
But how
family
did
around.
how does she know where you're coming from? Like you don't know your mum.
I think she brought me
number.
back.
They did like an announcement. Everyone.
Yeah, and then they all came running in. All my whole family, there was like 15 of them came running. Oh my gosh! And I was like, "What are you guys? You left me. You left me. Leave me alone."
And no
Anyway.
one remembered. No one actually thought, "Oh, where's Ash?"
Everyone's too busy enjoying like.
Literally.
Right. Well, yeah, that's Ash Breaker. Let's move on.
Okay, cool. That was a nice Ashbreak card. First Steps. The actual name of the First Steps for the movie, I wasn't sure what it was referring to, but I heard a theory were talking about the baby Franklin's first steps, or we're talking about first steps of introducing us to the Fantastic Four. I'm not sure what interpretation of the first steps.
I assume
It's a
First Steps
reboot.
always says babies to me.
Yeah,
Babies.
that's what I think. It's a-
I don't know why I was just thinking Fantastic Four. This is first steps into.
I mean, kind
the Marvel
it's
universe
I mean,
sort of.
kind of innit, because it's a reboot, innit?
Yeah.
So they're already. You don't really need prior knowledge or anything like that. You're kind of coming into their universe where they're already known. Everyone kind of knows who they are, and yeah, it's kind of just introducing us to
Yeah.
the Fantastic Four
That-
again. Because obviously, you know, the last few films wasn't really the previous Fantastic Four films wasn't
Yeah.
really the best.
Yeah,
in
that's
comparison.
how I interpreted First Steps anyway,
mean, 'cause-
introducing us to it. So
Because if you look at the first 15 minutes or so, the film was more like a montage of just introducing you to the
Yeah.
characters, individuals, what they've done, how they got to this point, you know. So
That's available on Disney Plus, by the way.
what's that?
And the first 5 minutes of Fantastic
Oh,
Four
is
first
it?
step, and I know that because
And you didn't
I
feel
was
to
late.
share this.
I was 5 minutes late to my film,
Oh, so you made
and
up for it.
everyone kept speaking about this montage, and then I actually found out it was on Disney Plus, and I watched it, and thank goodness, because
Guys, we're actually going to talk about the film now, and it's going to contain spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, just pause this video and come back, because what we're going to say is definitely going to spoil the film for you. So let's get into it. For his mention, the start, it was about the montage showing us, what the Fantastic Four was about. It looks like we entered this film where these heroes are already established. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, we've seen them become heroes or find out they have powers. We see when we start the film that they've been going on for 4 years. And with that montage, you kind of got a view of what their powers were, how they got them, what they've been doing since they've had them. How did you feel about just being introduced to the film like that?
I think it's good because it's been a while since they've made a Fantastic Four film. So for people like me, the younger generation, even some of the elders as well, who are into like MCU, Marvel, etc., it's kind of just like it's a refresher. It's a refresher just to understand Reed Richards, his powers, Sue Storm, her powers, the Thing, Johnny Storm is like you may forget, and obviously these are new people taking on these roles as well. So it kind of gives you that more of that.
Ash?
Yeah, I'm so glad that they didn't do another origin story, because in the last couple of weeks I've watched Fan Four Stick, the one with Michael B. Jordan, and I've watched the first two Fantastic Fours again.
You're better than me.
And
I don't know why I didn't.
I didn't even watch that.
They're all on Disney, guys. But
Disney Plus.
All Marvel.
all of them.
Marvel,
But I was like, I don't need to know how they got their powers again. I don't need another origin story. I actually just want to see them in it.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad they've done that. And we see this fame they've got, the glory they've got, how they're revered by human beings.
They're called Earth Heroes or
Heroes. So we are immediately pushed into what they are, who they are, and how people actually think about them, which is a big part of the story.
They said the film was, it looks like it was based in 1955, but
60s.
also it looks very
more
futuristic as well.
Yeah, it was more of a 1960s futuristic. So you see being in, say you're born in the 1960s, you're a teenager, your version of what the future could look like. Yeah, essentially
That's
that futuristic, in terms of how it looks, the cars, the buildings, in terms of how people dress. Everyday lives, the robots as well. It definitely had that feel, and it was good to look at.
Yeah,
I can't lie to you. Visually, it was nice to see all of that stuff.
And how would you, before we actually talk about the Fantastic Four, the individuals, I'm seeing recently, and I'm buying it a little bit, that there's comparisons to the Incredibles with the actual characters.
I've got that written in my notes.
Oh,
not the characters, but just
the powers.
Even the powers, just how I felt watching the film. I felt like I was watching some kind of animated film, but real people. But it gave me at times that beginning bit with when they're getting ready for the baby.
Yeah.
It gave me that warm, fuzzy feeling that I'd feel watching The Incredibles. I thought it was
But I actually thought the actual characters. So for example, Bob being Bob, Mr. Incredible, him being the Thing, just big, strong, knock things down. Reed, what's his actual super?
Reed is more
He's super stretchy.
Stretchy.
What's his actual name though?
Richard Reed.
No,
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, he can stretch and do all that kind of like the mum. Who else is in it?
Dash is kind of like the Human Torch, just because they're fast.
Just because they're fast, rapid.
Violet is invisible. Is like Sue Storm.
It's like Sue Storm.
Yeah.
I like that comparison though, because it's more, therefore gives you that family kind of vibe.
And now they got the baby Franklin,
Jack of all trades,
who is like Jack, who is like probably the best superhero out of all of them because he could do so many things. It looks like what the film alludes to is that this Franklin baby could be the most powerful sort of being to walk the earth, from what I'm getting.
It's looking crazy, bro.
How did you guys feel when the Silver Surfer comes and she says to them, Galactus is after this world and you're all gonna die?
It's bad, bro. It's bad.
And their response is, we're gonna go and meet Galactus and talk to him.
I mean, if I was living on that earth as a normal human being and I saw the Fantastic Four say that to me, it's like, brother, you better go and whoop his. You know what I mean? Because the guy's talking. that Silver Surfer's coming there. What's her name? Shalabala?
Shalabali?
Shalabala? Let's just call it.
Let's,
Yeah,
I like Shalabala.
Shalabala?
Let's check.
Oh my days. I actually need to find this. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Shalabal. Shalabal. I hope I'm not being racist the way I'm saying that, you know.
Against the silver people.
Shalabal.
Yeah. I actually liked her character. I liked the character in that film. I just felt like,
I didn't, but
you know what? This was my thing with this whole film. Like, I felt like it was undercooked, low key, and underdeveloped in it. So many characters, like they could have done so much more. So, for example,
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Is that the CIA listening to our...
So, for one example, I want to show you. I'm skipping a bit here, innit? But so with Silver Surfer and Johnny Storm, that was wasted in my opinion. They could have done so much of that story because it's like.
Well, like make them lovers or something.
Yeah, make some not like lovers in it, but they could have been.
Why
like,
is she looking at me?
A
like
good
that?
character.
She always does this.
They could have been a good character. There could have been a good storyline there, in my opinion, innit? Because it's like he's going through all this stress to understand her language, her background, all this stuff there, and it's like it would have been nice if there was something more just between those two that would have been calm. I think even with Galactus as well, it's like for someone that's meant to be this crazy
super
villain, it's like. I was a bit disappointed.
I'm with you there. That's why I brought up the point where we'll obviously talk about that in more depth, but the point where this all starts is when they go, oh, we gotta go up there and chat to him. I just thought, what?
It's like, yeah, it don't make sense. Like,
I thought 9-month-old Sue Storm. It's not the time to take a baby moon into space.
That as well.
Oh, that was so silly.
That as well. I was like, is that a good idea?
That was so silly.
And obviously they get up there, they find Galactus. You just look at the size of him and you just think these lot are no match for...
They did well with that Galactus. When I saw him, I said, perfect.
They did well. Do you know what Galactus was in the previous movies?
No.
It was just a cloud. He wasn't even a person.
Oh, really?
It was a cloud and it just... do you remember?
Like
it
a
was
walking
just,
cloud or...
No,
it
his
wasn't
head will just
walking.
appear, bro.
It was
like,
just a cloud.
And his head will appear.
And we refer to Galactus, but there's no personification or anything. Yeah. So I'm glad what they done with
They
Galactus.
really made it like comic.
Yeah. Because I feel like the film... it did well as a standalone film. Normally with Marvel films, why I get nervous is because I have to go back and watch this. Have you watched that, Mudia? Have you done all of that? But this film, I could go into it and actually say, I don't actually have to watch anything. Yeah. What I could have done, like, I should watch the previous Fantastic Four films, but that didn't even come to memory. But as a standalone film, I just went in there giving it a go. And when I saw Galactus and I saw them go up there, I was just thinking, I don't know what the plot is, how this is going to work. Are they all going to team up and whoop this big guy?
These man must think this is Captain America when it was him in the red hole.
Like what's going on here? And then
so
I think
silly.
when they make their not intentions clear, but it's almost like, oh, we came to talk to you, don't eat Earth, eat another planet or whatever. And he was like, no, give me your son.
That was the braziest moment. I can't lie to you. When they said that, I said, yeah, this is when all the rubbish starts now.
It is when all the rubbish starts.
Because no way in hell are you giving up your child to protect. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not doing it.
But we didn't understand what is Franklin. What is the son for Galactus to say, I want him?
I think we know now. But I think at the time it did jar me a little bit that I'm like, we don't actually know why he wants the child. We don't know his intentions. We don't even know why he keeps eating planets. Aside from him being hungry.
Yeah.
We don't know any
that's
of this.
something that you were saying to fulfill my
with Galactus, that's the only way he
eternal
can,
hunger.
That's the only way he can survive.
Is eating planets.
Eating planets.
We only got how many? I'm not that
Do you know what I'm saying? So,
but
and just quickly on Franklin, for those that obviously might want a little bit of background on him. So in this film, when obviously they went to go meet Galactus revealed, because obviously you remember during that time, Mr. Fantastic he was doing so many tests to see like what kind of powers the baby has, but he didn't see anything.
He said nothing.
He was thinking it was a normal baby. Sue Storm was thinking the same thing. But obviously once they've gone to meet Galactus, that's when Galactus
he's identified, so
he's identified that basically Franklin is the host of the power cosmic. So it grants him reality changing abilities, energy, matter manipulation. He has telepathy. I can't even say the word. Telepathy and telekinesis, teleportation, and even pocket universe. So he can create universes, bro.
Wait, we're talking about Franklin?
Yes, bro.
Oh.
He's literally a god, but he's a child, essentially.
Yeah.
So with Galactus wants him, he detects that he has.
So
this
does
immense
Galactus want him
potential
so Galactus can die?
No, so
Or
he
does
can basically replace Galactus because Galactus doesn't want to.
he does. He said he's been doing this for and he just wants. That's what I'm saying. So does he want to die and have Franklin replace him?
Essentially, be his successor. Yeah.
That wasn't. None of this was made clear in the movie. I'm glad you've clarified because none of this was made clear in the movie. I didn't know his intentions at all. I still feel like it did raise the stakes massively, and I did buy into the fact that this couple and family think they're going to lose their child to this massive monster creature thing. I was pulled in by the story, but unfortunately, I don't know why.
So when they got back to Earth, and people said, "How was your conversation with Galactus?" I didn't think like Mr. Fantastic. He's a very honourable man, more honourable than me, because I'm not telling them that he gave us this ultimatum. I ain't. I'm keeping that to myself. I'm not saying, well, he will leave Earth alone if we give him our son.
So everyone's like, "Give me your son then."
And literally, and when he said that, that's when I realized us as human beings are so entitled.
Greedy.
So entitled. How can you say that? Give him your son. Like, what?
This is man's son.
That's his son. That's their child. A baby.
Yeah. I'm really insensitive.
What, you thought he should give him?
I feel like
No, make
faced
another
with
one.
faced with that same choice, if this was actually a real life situation,
that's how I
everyone
thought about
would
it.
be looking at the person as if they're selfish. We do lose some kind of sensitivity.
because-
It reminded me of like Black Mirror, the first episode of Black Mirror. President has to have intercourse with a pig. Have you guys watched that?
No,
Anyway,
I
you know,
haven't.
so
I've
it's
watched
that
different episodes of Black Mirror, but
different
not that one.
episode, and the whole public is like, okay, just do it. And the president's like, why would I do that? No, I'm not doing that. And everyone's like, just do it. It reminded me of that people don't,
do it?
when it comes to, I'm not going to ruin the episode for you guys, you should watch it. But when it comes to these life-changing decisions, people lose all sense of humanity, all sense of sensitivity, and they're just like, well, you should do it. Without thinking about, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
No one ever thinks I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't give up my son.
But eventually, what's her name again?
You're talking about Sue Storm?
Sue Storm. Sue Storm eventually gives the little speech saying, "I won't sacrifice my son for the world, but I won't sacrifice the world for my son."
Whatever that means.
And everybody's like, "Whoa!" Yeah, like everybody's like with it,
These are gonna
thinking,
fight now.
all right, cool, yeah. And obviously they're trying to come up with ideas on how, we can stop Galactus. So I think when they're actually on their way back down from Earth, you could actually see the Thing being put to use his actual brain and not really his muscles. He was actually driving the rocket ship or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I think they were trying to get Charlotte Ball into that black hole.
Yeah.
Which will buy them some time.
She was chasing them to try and get the baby. That's what I was gonna say. There was one point where they were still on the ship with Galactus and Silver Surfer, and when she put her hand, I don't even remember that scene, on her belly.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my days!"
I thought this was some African voodoo when I saw that.
I said, that
you
was
know how
madness.
you know how people do wickedness over there. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just thought this is why. Obviously, a lot of Africans when they are pregnant, so a lot of them like to keep it a secret, or I like to not announce it because you don't know who's watching you or wants to maybe even. They don't even play with. Let's say I don't like saying this, but certain people.
I'm not involved, guys.
You never want to be involved. Certain people don't mind. Oh, you're pregnant. Can I touch your belly? Of course you can. There's certain kind of people that are like that. You know what I'm saying? But tell an African person you want to touch their belly, they're pregnant, and they'll box you in the face because they don't play with that kind of stuff.
Like Sue Storm, isn't she actually pregnant in real life?
I
think
don't
she's
know. I was
pregnant
actually thinking
now.
about that. Is this a thingy? What do they call it? You know when they have the fake belly?
Was she pregnant in
Yeah.
real life? Was she actually expecting?
Let's check. Let's check.
I feel like she was. I feel like she is, but I don't know. I could be.
Doing a lot of Googling.
Could be wrong,
A lot of Googling.
Anywho,
Oh my days.
whilst we're here, I did like Silver Surfer. I saw Mudia's face, was like, oh, Silver Surfer. I did like Silver Surfer. I think she added a lot of like remorse
Yeah.
to the role. She genuinely seemed sorry that she had to let them know.
Yeah, she's
Like,
actually pregnant, guys.
She is pregnant. I knew it because people were saying how. No, finish what you're saying. Then we'll go back to that.
I can't even remember. Anyway, Silver Surfer was.
Silver Surfer.
She was genuinely remorseful that Galactus had to eat the planet. what's this on the pregnancy?
Oh yeah, like Pedro Pascal's from the belly.
Yeah,
everyone was like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
basically what you're saying, like, why is he touching the belly?
Yeah,
Like, that's what
yeah.
people are saying.
We're hearing some things about Pedro Pascal and his behaviour. And
We don't need to worry about that.
and his anxiety and what he does when he's anxious. Let's not go into that. But no, the reason why I say this about the Silver Surfer is I just think it wasn't like Fahir said, there was a lot missing. Like,
So much missing, man.
you know, you've become this person that helps Galactus to get these planets. You go there and you kind of give the warning signal to tell them that he's coming for your planet. One, I don't even know why that makes sense. You should just let him. No, she chooses the planets. That's why
She chooses planets, yeah.
she chooses the planets. But I just thought, why? And they gave a little background story till
Yeah, it was like a 1 minute, 2 minutes.
he was gonna eat my planet if I didn't do it. This is when she comes back to.
And she had a child as well.
Yeah, this is when she comes back to Earth, and I think Johnny Storm
Was playing
ends
that-
up putting
that message, replaying that message.
replaying that message on all like the speakers and everything like that. That she actually realizes, oh, he knows who I am, that sort of thing, or he knows where I'm from, not who I am, where I'm from. And I think she explains to him a little bit about her background and why she's doing what she's doing. But that's all we got.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, yeah, that's all we got. And also, the Fantastic Four, they didn't really even showcase their powers like that. Like throughout the film, it was probably only Johnny that really showed his powers like that. Like, because obviously he had to fly and all this stuff. They're trying to Shalabar, Silver Surfer, and all that. But the thing, I mean, it was a good supporting cast, but there wasn't really much there. You know,
I prefer the other one.
I preferred the other one. Is it just me, or did we not get
We didn't get
anything of the thing
We didn't
at
get
all?
nothing.
anything. Oh, just him looking at one lady, and he's just looking at her like, oh man, I really like this lady.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm
think the
broke.
previous actor that I liked, Michael Chilskis is his name, the one that played the thing from the movies that I'm saying I liked, not the Michael B. Jordan film. I keep on referring to it as
Fan
that.
for sick.
Yeah, not that one. The two films before that, he was brilliant as the Thing, and it was almost like, I mean, maybe because it's an origin story. I don't know.
I think that's
We kind of
it,
saw him, you know, just not being happy with who he was,
Yeah, yeah.
or who he turned to. But at this point, when we are seeing this version of the Thing, it's already 4 years in. So maybe he has had that sort
Acceptance.
Yeah, but would
acceptance.
have been nice to kind of at least see a little bit of background.
he was a
That
he was a
what
bit of a
that-
side man in this, isn't
Like,
it?
think about it. The film was only 1 hour 55 minutes, bro.
Yes.
The film for me, this could have been at least like maybe like I've seen them do longer films that are crap. They could have done at least like.
But apparently there were so many
cuts.
cuts in this as
That's what
well.
I'm saying,
So
they
many
shouldn't have done
cutscenes and
that.
so many scenes that didn't actually make it.
This is the first time I kind of could have done with maybe 20 minutes
bit
more,
more,
half an
yeah,
hour
man.
more, just to get a little bit more. I enjoyed being inside the world. I just, at times I was like, okay, but why am I here? Why am I here? Like you said with the Thing, the previous depiction of him, he was concerned with his appearance. And in this one, and also he had a great relationship with Johnny Storm. They really they used
Yeah.
to take the mick out of each other. And in this one, we don't get much of that at all. And in fact, Sue Storm, Reed Richards are the main characters, whereas I actually felt in the previous films,
The other
the
two.
Thing.
The
and-
Thing was the main character for me. It's just him getting over how he's turned into this big, ugly
Monster.
monster. And when I was watching that film, I was more interested to see how that character arc developed. This film, it was all about Franklin the baby and Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic and
Sue Storm.
Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. It's literally just about them.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty much it.
before I actually watched the film, I was hearing rumors that Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm is the leader of the Fantastic Four. Not that we're going into any sort of feminist debates here, but
honestly, after that,
I was
fight,
told that was the direction they wanted to go
I'll
with
be
her
real
as the
though,
leaders.
After that fight, I don't see why not, because Mr. Fantastic, he ain't on nothing. We saw him stretch the 1-2 times.
But
and
he's the brains.
He's the
but
brains,
she's the
innit?
power.
yeah,
That is complete opposite from what you'd think of a traditional man and a
but
woman.
it's just so
Anyway.
jarring though, because it's
I'm not allowed to see these things, Ash. Like,
but it's like you think about like the ending for me was the most underwhelming part in my opinion, because it just it was great that we saw Sue Storm, using all her energy and her power
and she died.
to get Galactus, teleport him to another universe. But for me, it's like I would have been so much more satisfied if it was all four of them
Working together.
because it just seemed like the Thing was useless. Johnny. Useless. Mr. Fantastic. I mean, the guy just has to stretch you out, and you're finished.
It actually did seem like they were all used to beat Galactus.
Like, it was looking
It was
long,
just
bro.
her. I think it was
looking
just
long.
her.
It was literally her and the power of I'm not letting this guy get my baby.
Yeah.
But I find it so crazy because if she can do that to Galactus, do you know how massive and powerful this guy is? He eats worlds.
Yeah.
You're telling me Sue Storm can stop him?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Believe that.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
What do you mean you don't believe that?
That's a bit.
It happened.
No, the point is, I didn't believe at the time. I was like, surely the Sue Storm that I know, can't defeat Galactus. That's a bit
man.
that's a bit much.
It was like she was doing all of that, and Galactus was just like, just keep pushing me back, all that stuff there. It's like, brother, really, look at how massive you are. You should be pushing through her energies, her powers easily. You know what I mean? But
so do you want to explain like a bit of the end credits for his, because
the end credit, there wasn't
confused.
really.
There was 2 end credits.
I only watched one. The first one, because I heard the second one was absolutely
You didn't need
pointless.
to. You didn't need to
Pants.
stay
Yeah,
for
the second one was pants.
Before
but
you start, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I feel like Marvel plays with us sometimes with these
Yeah.
Marvel.
They just have us
scenes.
waiting.
They
What's
have
gonna
us
happen?
waiting, and then they'll put in the most useless post-credit scene, and it's like they're laughing at their audience. It's actually annoying me now. Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, no,
Tell us.
it was for those that didn't get to see the end credits. It was essentially 4 years later. Franklin, obviously, he's much older now. He can talk. He's with Sue Storm. They're in the headquarters, and essentially,
I think he's 4 years old.
Yeah, he's 4 years old. Yeah. And then essentially, she's left. She's come back into the room. She can't find her son Franklin, and then, literally around the corner, you see Dr. Doom and Franklin, and that was it. And that was pretty much it. But what I got from that end credit scene is that there could be, because he's so powerful, he's a cosmetic tool, and he can create universes. He can do so much things. It could be, I read, like it could be like trying to get trying to get control of him between Galactus and Doctor Doom, maybe. But I feel like it's going to be more focused on Doctor Doom and how Doctor Doom is going to use him to create.
Is there some sort of like Doctor Doom's actual face is deformed, or why has he got that mask on?
To put it like this, like, it's so long. Like he's basically Iron Man, but he's the evil version.
Oh, really?
Essentially.
I heard that the face mask is for his deformity, but they're not gonna deformatize. Did I just make up a word?
He's not going to take off the
Robert
mask.
Downey Jr. But I found it interesting that they didn't show Robert Downey Jr. Maybe they just couldn't pay that fee to get him in another movie. But I did actually kind of like it as well.
Anytime we see Doctor Doom now, we know, in my mind, I just associate that with.
I enjoyed the hint. I wish we didn't know it was Robert Downey Jr. at all. I wish that was like the best kept secret ever, like the Spider-Man, the 2 Spider-Mans came back. I wish that was the best kept secret. I think that would be such a good, because I don't enjoy knowing that it's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, they were starving,
right
man. They were starving. That's how you.
Yeah,
know
they just needed some
to get some
attention.
kind
They
of hype.
needed
Yeah,
they needed
because
something.
they were going through it, man. And I like that now they're starting to do the maybe like 2 Marvel films a year. I feel like that's.
And how do you feel like? Okay, now we've on the podcast anyway. What Marvel films have we seen? We've seen the Deadpool, Wolverine.
Captain America.
Captain America.
We've seen did we see the Thunderbolts?
No,
we
didn't do that.
We've done Spider-Man, which technically Spider-Man, the animated film, it technically wasn't a part of.
Yeah,
that's a different.
Is that all we've done?
3, and now this one, so 3. We've actually done. Yes.
Yeah, Mizzy always gets his way. Have you realised?
Yeah. So this is the 3rd one, and I feel I don't want to say every time was getting better, because I think the Deadpool Wolverine, for me, that was really refreshing. The Captain America, I don't
even want to talk about.
Yeah, like whatever. But this one, I'm actually saying, as a standalone film, I got to give them credit for what they done.
I feel like it's definitely one of the, in terms of like comparing it to other Fantastic Four films, I'd say this is probably the best one.
Yeah, it is. I think I'm saying it is. Like, I told you I didn't enjoy the other ones, but I do think as an adult, where I'm not impressionable and I can make my own opinions and stuff like that, they did what they needed to do with this film, and they did what they needed to do to get other people interested in the Fantastic Four. Because like I said to you, I didn't realize they were not that popular. I didn't realize that until I started hearing different things about it. But I think everybody's looked at the Fantastic Four and I said, okay, cool, we've got a good basis here. Let's see what happens. And I think obviously people are looking towards like the Doomsday and all that kind of stuff. But till then, I think people are like, let's see what happens.
Yeah. On what you guys are saying, I just feel like this is what Marvel should have been doing with all this time, where they've actually they have kind of ruined this franchise. We'll get to the numbers, but this is the projects they should have been doing. Smaller projects, that you don't need to watch a gazillion million other
to
films and
understand
TV
it,
shows to
yeah.
understand. It's a smaller concept with great stakes, with really big stakes, and it's a family film. I think this is what they should have been doing to build up to the massive story, but they went large with Ant-Man Quantumania. It's even in the name. And what else? Oh, that terrible one, Thor: Love and Thunder. Terrible. The Eternals was just a massive concept, poor delivery. And it's just, we should have been doing these small projects, small scale, and just introducing these new characters to the MCU.
So it's given a different vibe that maybe they're taking a different direction now.
It's more of a tone setter. This film definitely feels like more of a tone setter.
I think that we said that Deadpool and the Wolverine was like, sorry guys, have something funny. We're trying here. We're trying to do something different. And I feel like this was a good, if we're talking about tone setter, this was a good tone setter to say, this is the future. This is where we're trying to go.
I just want to get you lot's thoughts on Franklin in that last scene as well. At the end, obviously with him reviving his mum. You know, when obviously Sue Storm when they've got Galactus, finally, they've obviously got him teleported with the help of, who was it? Johnny Storm was going to risk his life.
Yes.
And then Silver Surfer, Shalaba, she come in and just said, I'm going to take this hero moment. Yeah. Because obviously, you know, because of Johnny, she actually had a mental breakdown, I think.
Yeah, but like I said, I feel like it was undercooked. I don't think anything that we saw should have made her jump through that black hole.
Yeah, there should, if there was more of if there was more of like a intimate conversation between her and Johnny, then I feel like that happening at the end would make a lot more sense to me.
Yeah,
but because
it didn't really pull on my heartstrings.
It was like they've maybe had like 2 scenes together prior to this. Yeah, and there wasn't really any depth, you know, in their dialogue. So
I'm just thinking, why should you do that? It's a nice thing that you done, but
thanks.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. But
we don't know, like, are you with us? Are you against us?
Yeah.
We still don't know. But obviously with Franklin, you know, what do you lot think? Obviously, you saw him revive his mum. I thought she was cooked.
I said they couldn't do this. That's all I said. They couldn't do this. You can't introduce us to Fantastic Four. We're down to Fantastic 3.
Because they kept going. Like, that last bit was going on for a minute, where it was like, you saw Mr. Fantastic trying to revive her. I was thinking, oh my days, is she actually cooked? I said,
I knew this baby was going to do something.
I had an idea.
100%.
I had an idea that his power was bringing people back from the dead, but I did actually think that she was a goner, and I did think, a bit of me thought, whoa. I wasn't expecting that. This is meant to be a family film. I wasn't expecting that. That was actually quite a good twist. And if that's gonna...
it was a good twist because you also saw it was emotional, so it drawed you in. And you also saw, you kind of got introduced to the powers that Franklin has. Yeah. This guy can bring people back to life. Do you know how mental that is? Yeah. You can create universes and bring people back to life, sorry.
Oh, no. I mean, I was fine with it being the Fantastic 3. Not that I don't like Sue Storm, but I was like, if this is what Marvel's doing, where they've got us, they've hooked us in, and then they've killed off the main character, that's like Game of Thrones level of...
It is, but it's just in the brand name. I just knew they wouldn't do it. If they are to do it, it can't be the first film.
Is it going to be Fantastic 5?
It can't be the first film. Oh, well, it could be Fantastic 5. Now they have Franklin. Or could Franklin turn against them?
I just want to say just more on Franklin, just on how obviously now that he's been introduced into the MCU, how obviously, you know, he could do. So just quickly have in my notes, Franklin is positioned as possibly the most powerful being introduced to the MCU so far, surpassing even Omega level mutants. His introduction changes the Fantastic Four from just heroes to a cosmetic family with the potential influence over the fate of entire realities. But most importantly, his existence seems to glue the bind between Doom, Galactus, and Incursions. Because obviously he's gonna have a big role in Doomsday and most importantly Secret Wars. Like Secret Wars mainly, because obviously with him coming in, this could potentially be, because you know how they're like a whole reboot with new legacy heroes, all that stuff there. So Franklin could be pivotal to that. Yeah. But I feel like when it comes to him creating the new universes, he's gonna obviously need some help.
I think not that I've read anything. This is just a theory and me just being me. Like, we can clip this if you want. I could be wrong, but he could be a villain.
You know, he actually in the comics there actually is a point where you know how he's a baby. He actually turns himself into a fully grown adult. Really, and he calls himself the Avatar, and he actually goes like Yeah,
I can imagine it being the Fantastic Four against him.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Fantastic Five or him
thought about it.
fighting with them.
No, is it Thunderbolt? It's Thunderbolts, the post-credit scene. You've not watched it, but you don't care, do you?
No.
The post-credit scene is the Fantastic Four coming on a jet or whatever.
Yeah.
So I did think, are we talking 40 years into the future? And who is going to be Franklin? I was going to say Franklin Saint. Franklin Storm. I'm thinking of last week, sorry. F1. Franklin Storm, and who are they going to cast as like a 40-year-old, 50-year-old Franklin Storm? That was my thoughts anyway.
So this one, I actually missed it. It is directed by Matt Shackman, and he actually did the WandaVision series. Yeah. So I don't know if because he has some experience with, Wonder series, I didn't watch it. Guys, don't kill me like you always do.
Loved it.
But yeah, Ash has watched it, so she loves it.
The only thing I can get from that is that with WandaVision, or was that Scarlet Witch? I can't remember who it was, but it had that old school kind of look to it.
It was old
school, like 60s theme, 50s themes, like around that end. So I guess in terms of like environment, he's probably the perfect person.
Yeah, so I think he used some of his experience in that to kind of bring it to this film. I'm not sure who the directors are of all the other films. I know they tried to use the same director for most of the Avenger films, but all these other smaller Marvel films, I know it's different directors. And I'm not sure if they have that much experience on actually producing a Marvel film. This guy, great with WandaVision, so I think he just brought what he brought from there to here and just...
Yeah. I was going to say, like, with the CGI, what do you lot think as well? Because I saw this thing where even in the trailer, you see how Johnny was on the thing and he was like, oh, say it. But like he wasn't. The CGI looked a bit funny there. But then in the final cut, he's actually fully
on fire. Flamed on fire in the actual cut. But in the trailer, he was not on fire fully.
And then even with the baby as well, when Galactus was in his hand, that CGI just looked funny.
Yeah,
that baby creeped me out, to be honest. I think all babies are cute except from the CGI ones and the AI ones.
They're a bit scary. The AI babies, isn't it?
That baby was scary.
It's just so unnatural. Like,
Because when she gave birth as well and you saw the baby, it was looking a bit, the CGI, you could tell.
Doesn't blink, that baby.
Was she going to die when she was giving birth? I don't know.
Nah.
She wasn't?
No, I think her thing was that she wanted to have like a normal pregnancy. She didn't want to have it in space.
I know, but obviously they were on the rocket ship and, a lot was happening. So I thought then she could die if anything.
Well, they probably could have died because they had that Silver Surfer woman chasing after them.
Yeah, she was chasing them.
And you got Mr. Fantastic trying to save them all, and he's trying to make sure that his wife's, delivering the baby well. It's crazy.
Yeah. Ash, do we got any numbers for this one to see how well it done?
Yes, we do. So the budget for this one was 200 million, which puts it in line with like Dune Part 2, 190 million. F1, what we done last time, but that was 200 to 300 million. Wolverine, Deadpool, 200 million, you get the gist.
There's loads of money in this world, man.
So as of today, it has made a total of 371.4 million, which is good, and it did surpass Superman at the box office in its...
Oh, it did? In its first week?
It did. However, it made 38.6 million in its second weekend, which is actually really bad because it's a massive
drop off.
60. Yes. Sorry.
Sorry.
No, sorry. I wrote that in my notes. I was like, oh, are you reading my screen? 67.1% drop off from its opening weekend.
Wow.
But Rotten Tomatoes.
So whose fault was that? Because I think with a film like this, you got the people that really want to watch Fantastic Four. And then you get the people, like I said, that are not too bothered about Fantastic Four.
I think all of us who actually did want to see Fantastic Four,
week.
and all of us that are Marvel fans went in the first week. Second week, it completely dropped off, which tells me that, as we discuss all the time, Marvel fatigue, and also like they've lost
the people people who watched it in the first week didn't hype it up enough.
I don't think so. I think it got loads of hype. I just think people have lost interest in Marvel, and they've completely lost their fan base based on the last few movies and whatnot. And
this woke stuff that they were doing, man.
The what?
All this work stuff that they were doing.
Yeah. It was just getting to people. But before we get on to like reviews about what people have said, one thing, Ash, we did speak about it briefly in the car. She said she didn't feel like the chemistry, like in the interviews and the obviously.
Oh, when they're like doing the marketing.
She didn't think it was all the way there.
I've watched a few videos like how well do you know each other and stuff. I don't think the chemistry is all there, but I actually think they had great chemistry on screen, better than the previous depictions. I think they had great chemistry on screen, but between the actors, I don't see it.
I can't lie to you. There was a couple of times I see like, was it Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal? They just look so awkward, man. Like
But
I don't know if it's just Pedro,
I don't know,
yeah.
but I feel like they're slightly in love, like in real life.
She's pregnant, bro.
I don't know, but the way they're moving, you know, he's touching her belly, he's holding her hand. They're a bit.
He has anxiety, bro.
Yeah, he has anxiety. So we're not gonna talk about that. But they just seem a bit, for me anyway. I just think, oh, you lot seem a bit close, you know.
I feel like they're just to sell it, innit?
Yeah, and then we got Joseph Quinn, Johnny, and I'm gonna call him Ebon Moss. Yeah, those two, they actually made me laugh in one of the interviews. Did you see that interview?
Is it when she said I gobbled it?
Yeah, she said it gobbled it up, and he just went, and he made a face.
He just looked at my man like,
yeah, for like a good 2 minutes. I was like, nah, this is actually funny because this is exactly how I would be in that moment. I couldn't contain myself.
We've been like that in.
It's cool. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Where you just have
that.
Yeah, you
But
can't.
that's the chemistry that I think them two should have had on screen, and I don't think they quite had that like brotherly rivalry.
They tried to make it like that, especially when Mr. Fantastic and what's that? I keep on forgetting her name. Sue Storm. When they went off doing their whole baby thing, and I think Mr. Fantastic was more. You can see he was more logical in his thinking. Oh, we might have to give up our son, and she could see that through him that he was thinking like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's gone off away. She's crying and all that kind of stuff. When it's just left with the Thing and Johnny Storm together, and they're waiting for them to come back, you could tell they're trying to force us to see that there's a brotherhood between them when they're just talking about things, just waiting on them to. But I never really bought it.
There wasn't enough like screen time for them or moments. The film was just too short. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's so much this film could have done. It could have developed so much things, character developments, arcs, everything. Like it could have been so good. But I just feel like they just kind of just said, yeah, this is because this is the last, I think, film.
Is this Phase 6?
Yeah, I think it's the last film, and then like Spider-Man: Brand New Day is completely different. Like,
Yeah.
this is the last
film
film
of the year.
before Doomsday. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like they just kind of just
Doomsday's next year, no?
yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently, might even
But
get-
late next year.
yeah.
So they're not going to do any sort of Marvel films up until
no,
then?
don't try not to smile too much.
The next one's literally Spider-Man, bro. Brand New Day.
Really? And that's coming out when?
Next year.
When next year? Early?
Probably
Medium?
like, I'd say it's between, I think it's like, it should be like Jan, I think.
Oh, okay. So we don't have to do a Marvel film
No.
all the way
Why
on.
you-
Why
is he
is
smiling
he
for?
so?
Why is he smiling?
I'm just
negative?
checking.
It's alright, we got DC in
Yeah,
there.
I'm
We
not
Yeah.
got DC.
Let's see if that makes it.
God.
What's the review saying on your side? A good one and a bad one?
Alright, so I got two here. So you know how it goes. We're gonna have a good one, we're gonna have a bad one. The first one is 8 out of 10. They've titled it Passable, Predictable. This version of the Fantastic Four checks all the boxes and has some inspirational parts, but 100% plays out as expected.
Yeah.
There aren't any surprises. Every turn of the story is foreshadowed if you're paying attention. So it's passable for casual viewing. You'll probably appreciate the visual design and the music, and you may enjoy the acting despite its pervasive flatness. Ultimately, the best part of the depiction of old-fashioned values. Ultimately, the best part was the depiction of old-fashioned values when times were simpler, and the idealists amongst us will find that refreshing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I feel like I'm okay with that. The rating I might be a bit different, but I think the general sort of comments that he's made, I think I agree.
Yeah.
Bad one?
They named it 4. They gave this one a 4 out of 10. They titled it Fantastic Flop. Save your time. Skip this mess. To stay in.
Skip this mess.
To stay in sync with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Fantastic Four might be a necessary watch, but don't expect a masterpiece. Visually, it's a treat, boasting a sleek, Jetsons-inspired aesthetic of spectacular CGI for Galactus. Sadly, the storyline crashes hard with pivotal moments that feel disjointed and underwhelming, making it a frustration addition to the MCU. And I feel like that goes into it being undercooked is what I'm saying. Bro.
Yeah, but not to the point where it's a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, not 4 out of 10. Yeah, that one there, like
There's just a bit of pieces that are missing that could have made it better. All you're thinking about is, okay, things are missing. But from what they've showed us, I can't actually point to anything and say this was terrible from what they showed us, if that makes sense.
I don't think it was terrible.
No, definitely not terrible.
But I will say as well, this is something I was thinking during watching it, is that I do think they rely a lot on already acquired knowledge of Fantastic Four. Like same with like Johnny, for example, we're constantly told like, oh, he's a womanizer, he's immature, but in the film he's actually very mature. He's actually
they might have
women.
made one comment to
Yeah, but it assumes that we all know that Chris Evans, Johnny Storm, is such a womanizer, and he's actually, well, I think that's actually why
Can
they
I not
made.
try it again with that
some
cast?
some people say-
I don't know. I want them to. I did like
think
Chris
they should
Evans
do it.
as.
I was gonna say, what Johnny
Johnny
did you
Storm.
prefer? Did you prefer this Johnny or the
I
previous one?
prefer
Because a lot
Chris
of people-
Evans one.
A lot of people like this one though because they said that he brings that balance. They said Chris Evans was a bit too much.
No, but I think that's just the way they wrote him. Like
Yeah.
that's the way they
Back
wrote
then,
him. I just think if they wrote Chris Evans like that, he would have been just as good. I like Jessica Alba. Maybe for other reasons.
Visually.
But if we're going from those films to this film, I'm definitely taking The Thing from the other film.
Yep,
I'm
same.
definitely taking Johnny Storm.
Same.
I think I'll take Mr. Fantastic from the mid 2000s.
Really?
I'll take him.
I'm gonna take Pedro Pascal.
Pedro
Yeah.
Pascal, after, just complained
I
about seeing him
know,
on
I
the screen,
know, but
this
he's
and
a good.
that.
He's a good actor.
He's
Let's
an
be
amazing
real.
actor.
Let's be
He's
real.
an
Like he
amazing
was a good actor, and the other one I can't remember his name. He acted that quite well as well, but I just think Pedro Pascal, he had a bit of edge to him. Like his character is very believable,
I feel like because
and he felt like
just has that.
you felt like he had the weight on his shoulders. You could see it in his eye. He did well.
When he said, "Are we safe?" I don't know.
Yeah, like do you know what I mean? In his eye, you know what I mean? In his eye. So Pedro Pascal, and then Jessica Alba
I would
or
take
Vanessa Kirby.
Kirby. I think she just added a lot more depth than Jessica Alba did. I do like Jessica Alba. I do think she was used more visually. Pretty face. Whereas in this version, Vanessa Kirby brought back depth, motherly instinct, that kind of thing, motherly love, and brought the family together. And she was like the main character.
Yeah, maybe because she's actually pregnant, maybe she was able to give off that vibe, because I'm trying to imagine Jessica Alba giving off that vibe, and I can't actually imagine it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like I can't. Not saying she can't be motherly,
really young
but
as well. And this is what I liked about the cast as well. It was an older cast in general,
more mature
cast, and I think that added something more than the 2000 cast, which was actually Chris Evans, Jessica Alba, two very good looking people, and the other two that were good looking. But you know what I mean.
But overall, what would we be giving this score today?
It's a hard one. I mean, so much things missing. So much could have been done with this film. And when I look at it as a tone setter for like Doomsday, I feel like they could have got us a little bit more amped, a little bit more excited. Could have had a bit more, chaos, a bit more fights. I feel like there was only like one fight scene that was at the end.
That they weren't even that
great. A lot of the
great.
time they're just using their brains trying to sort things out, and I was like, yeah, that's all nice and that. But
Using their brains and running away from when they were running.
yeah, do you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know if I'm being harsh on that, but I think I gave it like a 6.5. 6.5. Yeah.
That's fair. I'm actually kind of shocked, and I know people are watching thinking you've crapped on the film like this whole time, but I actually really enjoyed it.
So did I. Like, it's a solid film.
I really enjoyed it. It was a solid film. Maybe because I went in with such low expectations of Marvel films, but seeing something so different, it felt like a proper sci-fi epic. It felt like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
And I think
My favorite genre.
it was set in the 60s as well, which is so different to what we see of all Marvel films. Like we watched Thunderbolts the other day. It was the same as anything to me. Anyway, we can talk about that another time. So I really enjoyed it. I actually am going to give it a 7.75, which I don't know if it's too high, but I actually really enjoyed it, the whole thing.
It's not too high.
What are you?
So you got talk amongst yourself. I'm trying to fix this rating.
We're just working out
I just want to see what the ratings they
maths.
gave it
I actually did
online
want to
as
say as well, Matt Shackman, he's directed episodes of all my favourite shows. I will even mention them. One Tree Hill, favourite show. Everybody Hates Chris. He's directed 2 episodes of Everybody Hates Chris.
Can I change my rating? I'll
No.
give it.
No,
No,
you only get you can't change it. It's one rating.
I just want to go up like 0.5. Round up to the 7.
You know, Moody can't handle those kinds of maths.
Should we allow him?
Yeah.
I feel like 6.5. I feel like it's
It's a bit too hard.
yeah 7 because it's solid, and obviously just something that's missing. Yeah.
Look how easily we can sway him, Midia. We can get him to do anything.
That's done a lot for the film anyway in the rankings or what he just changed.
Just to finish, he's directed some of my favorite episodes of TV: Brothers and Sisters, House, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Ugly Betty, Revenge, New Girl. These are just my favorites, guys. He's done so many episodes of everything, and Succession and Game of Thrones. Okay. He's worked on everything. Yeah, is my point. So he was the perfect person to do this one.
Mm-hmm. Overall, it gives us a score of 7.3.
What did you give it?
What did you give?
Have I not?
Oh, you haven't given your.
This guy's said 7.3.
I did it in my head. 7.4.
You get 7.4.
Yeah.
I feel like around the sevens is a good one.
Yeah, 7.4. I think normally anytime I watch a film, if I'm really impressed with it, it gets to about the 8s, and then as time goes on, I start like nitpicking where I think maybe not. But it didn't even get to an 8. I think it's the rating of 7.5 is what I had. I nitpicked a little bit and got 7.4. I think it was a really good film, good standalone film. I didn't have to watch any prior films to kind of understand what was going on, and there's potential. So with that, you can't say it's a bad film, but there's certain things that were missing that I think they could have gone into a bit more to kind of get a high score for me.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, 7.3. Sorry, I'll rush there, guys. That gives us this movie is tying with Saltburn at number 11.
Oh.
You know what?
Okay, you know what?
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad because Saltburn, I know I was harsh on Saltburn at the time, but given everything that we've watched now, it was so original that I'm actually glad it's on that level of just based purely off of originality. Yeah.
So are we going to put it above Saltburn because Saltburn got 7.3 as well? Or are we going to put it below?
Because of alphabetical order, that's Fantastic Four.
Oh, I don't know, you know.
I
didn't enjoy Saltburn.
Saltburn was
You didn't enjoy Saltburn. I did.
I found it absolutely
interesting.
It was interesting.
Yeah. But I'm basing it off of interesting originality, and it's a non-IP film or whatever. So I don't know if we should just give, as it's an indie film, we should give Saltburn the win. But then I preferred Fantastic Four. I'm going to say Fantastic Four. You guys vote.
Yeah, I'm with Fantastic Four. Like, if you ask me, like, if you was to tell me which one, like, if you to say I've watched Saltburn and I've watched Fantastic Four, which one would I pick to watch first again?
Oh, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Okay,
so watch Moody's going to put it above when he.
No, I'm not. This will go into number 11, guys. So there shouldn't be any edits to say otherwise. And for this season, 7.3 again goes above Saltburn. Into number 5 for this season. So we've done 13 films, number 5. It's just in the top half, you'd say.
Okay.
And I think that's an accurate reflection of the films that we've done so far. I'm not going to go through the list. You guys know the list already. It's going to be on the screen for you. But yeah, you're not being due part 2 yet. I'll just say that. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I think we're on 269 subscribers. Just get us to 270 for the next episode.
Road to 300.
But road to 300, we are getting close. But thanks, guys, for watching. I'll see you later.
Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Bye.